Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Gretchen. Thanks for being here today and for being a part of my channel. I am I'm just a woman that I have 35 years career in television, and I went through cancer 2 years ago, and it totally changed my life for the better. So I'm just sharing ways to help you change your mindset to have all the happiness and dreams that you want. So today I want to talk about assuming the role. Assuming the role of what you want. What is that? Does that mean maybe you want a better paying job, or you want a more fulfilling career, maybe you want a new love life, or an SP, or a new relationship. Maybe you want more abundance in your life. Maybe you're looking for more money to come to you. Whatever it is, you get to choose whatever it is. Okay? And what happens sometimes is we have narratives. We have things that we are just used to telling ourselves, or even just thinking, that are keeping us from getting what we want. For instance, I know, like, if I look on Pinterest and maybe I'm looking to see like what's the new fall fashions or what's coming out for fall, or whatever it is. And maybe I see a model and I'll think to myself, yeah, but it wouldn't look like that on me. Yeah, but I'm not that thin. Or yeah, but her legs are longer than mine. Whatever. You could just make up all kinds of stuff, right? And that's actually keeping you away from what you want. So when you first were attracted to it, you first had this attraction like, oh, I love that style, or that is something I would wear. I love that color. Or, you could see yourself. You could visualize yourself for just a moment, what you would look like in that style. And then we start going through the narratives of why it won't work. We talk ourselves out of it. We talk ourselves out of the idea of dreaming what we want and having it come to us. Could be for anything. Sometimes people say, oh, yeah, I would like to have more abundance of money, but that's only reserved for people that have a college education. Or that's only reserved for people that inherit it from family. Or that's only reserved for people that win the lottery. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It's your narrative. Whatever you're telling yourself. It doesn't matter what somebody else says or thinks. It's what you think. Because you're manifesting what you think, not what somebody else thinks. So we can't put the blame on anything else. I cannot put the blame on the fact that I don't have XYZ. Okay? So when I had cancer, I saw myself, I told myself, I believed it, I assumed the role of whole and healthy. That's what I did. Even though I wasn't. In my mind and in my affirmations, you are whole and healthy. You are whole and healthy. And I declared, I will say this until I am. Okay? And today I am. I am whole and healthy. So this is why I'm sharing all of this stuff with you, because I've been there. All right, here's a little example. So here is a makeup palette, right? It's all under one palette, but they're different shades. They're different colors. They have different names, different hues, different textures. Some are glitter, some aren't, some are shimmer, some are matte. Doesn't matter. But let's say this one right here is an old belief. Say this one says, I'm not worthy of abundance. I'm not worthy of prosperity. I'm not worthy of a better way of living financially. Let's say that's what this one is. Instead of trying to change it, instead of trying to change that thought, change that belief, that talk, that narrative, what if you moved over to this one and assumed it? I am abundant. I am prosperous. I am affluent. I am wealthy. I am whatever it is. Whatever it is. Okay? You just assumed a new one. A new one. Remind me of Greg Brady. You remember on the Brady Bunch when he had that change of his voice? I'm not a guy, but I'm kind of having that right now. So instead of going back and trying to redo this one, I'm going to change my thoughts. I'm going to change the way I think. Just take this new approach. Assume something different. Leave that one alone. I don't wear all of these shades at the same time. I choose which one do I want to wear. So if I want to wear this one, all of these others don't matter, right? But if this one, if this one represents something that you want that you're not receiving, you're not getting it yet in your life, you're not manifesting it yet, it's not coming to you, it's not in your 3D or in your reality, choose another one. Leave it alone, move on, choose a different one. And now make this one the narrative of what I want. So you say things like, oh my goodness, it's so funny how I always see an abundance of health. Oh my goodness, isn't it fun how every day in my life I see notifications or remembrances or reminders to me of how healthy I am. You start assuming that role. You start saying and proclaiming and owning what you want. I think it's so fun how every day I see constant reminders of prosperity. Again, you guys, I'm just throwing out examples. It doesn't mean that's what you have to do. You get to choose whatever you want to do. And another video, we'll talk about the difference of the evil of money and prosperity in itself. There's two different things, okay? So anytime I mention anything to do with money, sometimes I get viewers that will write to me and be like, well, money's not everything. Of course it's not. Of course it's not. I know that. You know that. But that's an example, right? And at some point in our lives, all of us want more money for whatever reason. So let's just stay on that. Let's say you want $10,000, or you have your reasons why you want it. Instead of thinking, it's so hard, or money just doesn't come to me that easily, or I'm good at manifesting how to make a plant grow, but I don't know how to manifest money. Okay, so don't assume that role. Assume a different role. Money just shows up. I don't care if it's in the form of a penny or $1 or $100. Money just always shows up for me. I love what I can do with money. I love taking care of my family. I love giving to others. I love finding a favorite charity that I love to support. I love the freedom of being able to do and go and do as I please because of my freedom with money. These are the things you start telling yourself. This is the role that you start assuming. This is where you want to be. You want this guy. You don't want this one. You want this one. So you start assuming and start saying, you guys, I apologize. There's like one hair. I don't know where it is. But you start kind of playing that part. And what you're doing is you're training your mind and your body to get it, that you are that. If you say an I am affirmation, but you don't believe it, it will do some good for you. Yes, it will. But if you take on the role and assume it, if you believe it before it's ever come, it happens a lot quicker. Okay? So let's say you want $10,000 by next week. It is so much fun to have this money in my bank. I had no idea it was coming this way, but I'm so happy that the universe showed it to me. I love what I get to do with this money. I love the feeling and I love the freedom of having this in my bank. These are the stories you start telling yourself. You start assuming the role. Again, during Cancer, I love having my new head of hair, even though I didn't have hair. I love how my new hair that's come in is so much fun. I am so thrilled with my new hair. These are the things I told myself. So that's the same thing that's happening with you. When you assume what you want, you become more of it. So think about it this way. When the scriptures say, be still and know that I am God, still your mind, still your thoughts, be still. Don't always assume the role of what you think is happening. Trick your mind. Find a new 3D. If you're still not whole and healthy, but you know that someday you're on that path and someday you're going to be there, that's what you start telling yourself. You trick yourself, right? Don't always pay attention to the 3D. Manifest what you want by thinking and feeling and moving in that direction. Assume the role. Assume the role of what you want. Try this consistently for 3 days in a row. With every thought that you have free, Tell yourself, I am whatever it is. I love how the universe shows me examples of how I am this. I love seeing witnesses of what this means to me. Keep yourself in a mode of looking for it and feeling it, finding ways that the universe is showing it to you. Decide on a symbol, decide on a song, decide on a flower, decide on a color, decide on something that's going to remind you that you are close to what you want. That manifestation, that desire is close to you and you are being heard. Universe, I love every time I see a horseshoe. It reminds me that this manifestation is so close to me. It reminds me that you hear me. Things like that. Let your mind take over. Take over. You are not a body with a spirit. That means the body's bigger than the spirit. You're actually a spirit that has a body, but you're much bigger than this body. So utilize your mind, utilize your thoughts, utilize your dreaming, your manifestations, your manifesting abilities. Use those to create what you want. Let your reality be a basis on what you think about. If you don't like the reality, then you change your thoughts. If you love the reality, you keep building on that. You keep growing on that. If you guys would like to work with me one-on-one, just leave me a message here. I also do team training and corporate speaking, so if that's something that appeals to you, let me know here as well. As always, I enjoy you being here. I enjoy your comments. I love seeing that things are working for you or things have resonated with you. That is the whole purpose of even having this. I appreciate you guys so much. I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Bye.